started up. All right, well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Chapman High School for round one of the South Carolina High School League 3A Varsity Boys Basketball Playoffs. And, man, we hit the nail right on the head. There is the announcement monologue from Chapman. Team introduction should be coming up in just a moment. Color Guard will be presenting the colors and playing the national anthem in due time as well. All right, so here we go, ready for round one of the state 3A playoffs. Chapman taking on Blue Ridge. Thomas Mathis going up against, looks like, number 24, Sam Alexander, on the tip-off to start out the first period. Here we go. And ball is up, still up, and Mathis bats it back to one of his teammates, and now Chapman will start the game out with the ball. Banks Atkins really turning on the Jets, but flips it outside to Colby Garner. And now this is Gavin Humphreys to Miles Carter, out to Garner again. Garner in some trouble, trying to get rid of it, really catching some heat, and does get it over to Garner, who finds that's Humphreys alone on the outside. Back to Atkins now. Atkins has that pass tipped. Oh, nice balancing out by Carter to make sure it doesn't go across half court. Now kind of slowing things down a little bit, trying to catch a feel of this Blue Ridge defense playing very, very aggressively. Oh, and leaves Atkins open on the bank, and Atkins unable to connect, but Chapman rebounds it. And a lengthy possession for the Panthers continues. Almost 45 seconds off the clock already. Blue Ridge has not touched the ball. Atkins finds Garner on the outside. And I think they were trying to set up Atkins, but Blue Ridge has clearly been watching their film. Now driving inside is Miles Carter, and Carter cannot connect. Rebounded by Sam Alexander, and Blue Ridge wasting no time in getting down the court on this possession. And going right for three is number 10. That's Zach Skinner, notching the first points of the game. Blue Ridge taking the early 3-0 lead. And driving inside, now flipping it outside, Colby Garner for three. Oh, just off the mark. Rebounded by Justin Bailey. Bailey goes up, and just like that, Blue Ridge on top by 2 scores. Carter gets it to Atkins. Man, Bailey not giving Atkins an inch. Ball is loose. Carter had it, but he ran into Atkins and knocked it out of bounds. It's going back to Blue Ridge. 6:11 on the clock, and Blue Ridge is going to have a chance to stretch their lead to 3 possessions. And now Bailey looking for someone, finds Skinner on the edge. Skinner looking to get rid of it, back to Bailey. And Bailey catches a block from that was Evans, I believe. And now Blue Ridge on top, 7-0. Yeah, even though we're just a little less than 2 minutes into, or a little more than 2 minutes into this one, if Blue Ridge ends up scoring on this possession, I would not be surprised to see Coach Greg Wilson call a timeout and try to get the Panthers' feet back underneath them. Looks like they might have come out a little nervous to start this one. And now for a long three, this one off the mark, rebounded by Chapman. And that is Miles Carter taking it down the court. So now Chapman going to have a chance to respond to that 2-pointer from Blue Ridge. Humphreys slips it to Atkins. Now Atkins kind of taking a few steps back, weighing his options, maybe trying to set something up with Mathis. Does catch a block, and now they've got Garner alone on the edge. Garner for three, and this one rolls out and is rebounded by number 33 of the Tigers. That's Garrett Stokes. Stokes gets it to Bailey, and now with the ball across half court, Blue Ridge going right for another 3-pointer. This one off the front of the rim, batted up and rebounded by Stokes. He gets it to Bailey, who I think thought about shooting for a second, now catches a block and does shoot. Bailey's shot, no good, but batted right back to him. Now they've got another man on the edge. This is number 12, that's Campbell Douglas. And Douglas, that shot eventually goes out of bounds, and Chapman able to grab the ball back. And now making a substitution, Thomas Mathis checking out of the game. He's replaced by Jonathan Mitchell, number 32. Tegan Ray also on the court for the Panthers. Atkins really turning on the Jets. Sets up Ray on the outside, but the pass hangs in the air, and Chapman's got to go to the backup plan. Oh, nice pass inside to Carter. Good hesitation, and Miles Carter is fouled. And he'll be headed to the line. And now the first foul of the game is going to give the Panthers the chance to notch their first points of the game. 4:18 on the clock. Miles Carter at the line. Chapman looking to get this back to a 2-possession game. First shot rolls off the rim. Campbell Douglas out for the Tigers. Dimitri Hall in the game. And second shot for Carter is no good. Rebounded by Blue Ridge. And really turning on the Jets. Justin Bailey flips it outside, and now Blue Ridge looking to regroup. Going for the long two was Sam Alexander. And Blue Ridge up 9-0. Got a quick pass to the outside. Tegan Ray, the recipient, he flips it back to Atkins. Atkins wanted to do it himself. We got a whistle. Not sure if that's traveling or a foul. I think it's going against Chapman in one way or another. Nope, they call out a foul against Blue Ridge, even though the Blue Ridge bench clapped for some reason. So I think they were trying to set up Carter at the bottom of the screen. Instead, Tegan Ray going right for three. Oh, and Tegan Ray can't connect on that one. Ray and Atkins both have struggled getting shots in. Very uncharacteristic so far for both of those players. Chapman will have an opportunity to regroup here. 3:45 to go in the first period. And now Ray flips it outside to Carter. Carter wants to go in, sends it up with the hook shot, and got fouled in the process, it looks like. And Miles Carter headed to the line once again. Went 0 for 2 just a moment ago. We'll see if he can rebound here. At 9-0, it's going to be a three-possession game regardless of what happens here. Second shot from Carter, no good. Rebounded by Justin Bailey, and now Chapman kind of backing off just a little bit, not playing too aggressively, but not going too conservative either. Looks to be working right now. Blue Ridge seems to be struggling to set something up for the outside until Zach Skinner sends that one up for three. Can't connect. Jonathan Mitchell rebounded it. Blue Ridge said he was out of bounds, but man. Yeah, I was about to say, it looked like Mitchell got away with one there for a second and then sent it back in. Blue Ridge got it anyway. Couldn't see who shot, but he sent it up, got fouled in the process, and now Blue Ridge is going to have a chance to go up 4 possessions, and they do. Make it 12-0. Just under 5 minutes into the first period, Chapman got to find something to get the jitters out. Down 12-0 to Blue Ridge in round 1 of the playoffs. 3:07 on the clock in the first. Timeout called by the Panthers. And we are back. Just a quick 30-second timeout, I believe, but I know I've definitely seen enough football, especially at the arena level where the game is kind of like basketball in some respects. In a lot of ways, timeouts like that, and getting down early especially, it can kind of get the demons out of your system early, though. Blue Ridge still capitalizing on some missed shots by the Panthers. Chapman struggling in the rebound game as well. But again, you always, I know especially in football, you'd rather have a quarterback throw an interception on the first or second possession of the game than you would have him throw one right before halftime, because throwing that pick early does help him get the jitters out, gets those anxieties sorted out a little bit. Now Tegan Ray sinks his first points of the game. Chapman finally on the board. And now Ray almost forcing an excellent turnover, and there goes the ball. Chapman's got it right back. And driving inside is Atkins, sends it up. Had to take a really awkward angle, and we got a whistle. And they signal for Blue Ridge. That looks like it's going to be the second foul of the game committed by the Panthers. Or just, yep, their second. So 14-3, Blue Ridge has the ball. Tim McClurkin in the game now for the Panthers. Checking it in for the Tigers is number 10, Zach Skinner. Skinner checks it in to Stokes, who gets it back to Skinner, and now Blue Ridge finds Bailey, and Bailey going to try to set everything up. With some fancy footwork. Nope, that wasn't Bailey. This is Bailey. Dimitri Hall was the one who had the ball a second ago. And now going for three is Skinner. This one up for grabs. Got a whistle as it was coming down. Push going against Blue Ridge. And maybe not a push. Not exactly sure of the call, but Chapman does get it back. Atkins with some footwork of his own. Oh! Taken right away by Bailey, who's outrunning the camera, goes up and gets fouled. Justin Bailey going to head to the line. Blue Ridge pouring it on already. 1:41 to go in the first. Chapman not looking themselves so far. First shot rolls in. Zach Skinner exits. He's replaced by Breeden and Lowe. And second shot for Bailey is good as well, make it a 13-point game, and now down 5 possessions. I think we got a few substitutions that stopped the clock. Yeah, Sam Alexander exiting the game. He's replaced by number 35, that's Elijah Hernandez. And now Gavin Humphreys catches the pass from Miles Carter, flips it outside to Atkins. I think he wanted to shoot right there, but didn't quite feel like he had the window he needed. And now Carter going to try to set something up. Catches a block from Mitchell, wants to go inside, but now wants out. They're getting it over to Humphreys. Now back to Atkins. This Blue Ridge defense, they've been playing excellent basketball so far. I said it earlier, but I mean, you can tell, especially now with 70 seconds to go in the first period, they have watched their film on the Panthers, and that one rolls in. No traveling called on that one. It's going to be a shooting foul against Blue Ridge. Make it 16-5, and Jonathan Mitchell going to have a chance to bring it within 10. Camden Souther getting ready to check in for the Panthers, and there he comes for Miles Carter. I imagine, especially in probably the first 4 minutes or so of the second period, we're going to see Chapman experiment with a lot of different personnel groupings, see if they can find one that works well against this Blue Ridge defense. So far, they haven't quite had the momentum they've needed, and out of bounds. So this one's going back to the Panthers, and now Banks Atkins exiting the game. Tegan Ray coming in his place. And flipping it back to Ray now. 53 seconds on the clock in the first. Ray boxes his man out, flips it over to Humphreys, and now Humphreys wants to do it himself. Caught a little block from Mitchell. Got it outside to Ray, and then Ray, oh, great job of keeping it in bounds. What a catch by McClurkin, but he's in trouble. And jump ball, this one's going to Blue Ridge. No timeout called there by the Panthers. And now Bailey taking it down the court, setting it up over to Hall. Back to Bailey now. I imagine, yeah, they're in clock burning mode. About 25 seconds to go here in the first. Would not be surprised if they don't even think about shooting until it hits 10. 20 seconds now. Clock continues to roll. Just kind of biding their time, flipping it outside. Now they're going to turn on the Jets. Going for three is number 2. That's Justin Bailey. Make it 19-5, and nobody was there to check it in for Chapman. They're out of time. What a period for the Blue Ridge Tigers. Coming in, they have given Chapman everything they can handle and then some. The Panthers down by 14 points heading into the second period. Just not looking themselves so far in this one. They've got to find a way to regroup. 19-5 the score at the end of the first 8 minutes. Second period action coming your way in just a moment. All right, 8 minutes on the clock. Chapman set to check this one in. Miles Carter, more than likely, or nope, Justin Bailey. Yeah, we have seen this all game. I mean, Blue Ridge, I mean, they have super glued themselves to some of these Chapman players. You could tell Atkins was the guy that Carter wanted to check that one into, and then Bailey, I mean, is not giving him an inch all game. And now Gavin Humphrey's able to find some room. Finally, Chapman able to strike first with the first points of the second period. It's an 11-point game. They're still down 4 possessions. And Bailey wants to do it himself, goes up, no foul called, but he gets the shot in. Blue Ridge able to respond. And now Humphreys flips it to Atkins. Colby Garner back on the court for the Panthers. He has been mostly shut down so far in this period. Atkins spins around, goes up, and gets a very contested two-pointer. Back to an 11-point game. And Bailey with some fancy footwork. Catches another block, and now shoots for 3, and he's got it. Chapman's got to find a way to slow him down. Atkins flips it outside to Humphreys again for 3, and Gavin Humphreys with another excellent shot. And oh man, that is Dimitri Hall all alone on the arc, and now he got a timeout taken by Chapman. Oh man, I really don't want to make any assumptions, but I'm getting distinct parallels to an arena game we did 2 years ago down in Florence, South Carolina. It was the Carolina Predators against the Carolina Havoc. And the Havoc, I believe, ended up going to the league semifinals that year. One of the best arena teams I've ever seen in person, because they had a lot of money with which to pay their players, and the Predators did not have a lot of money. So, you know, the Havoc had some really, really talented guys, where the Predators had a couple of guys and then some average Joes to kind of pad out the roster. But the Predators actually ended up going up 12-0 after the first quarter of that game, because the Havoc went in there and completely underestimated their opponent. And again, I don't want to make any assumptions, but especially with the way Chapman has been playing on defense, it looks like they might have not given Blue Ridge as much credit as they were due. Oh, and a nice steal by Banks Atkins, and he capitalizes. Oh man. Coach Wilson must have whispered some magic words over there. 2 excellent back-to-back shots by Atkins. 6 points in the span of maybe 10 seconds. Oh, and they left another man open. This is Skinner, but they closed that window well. He flips it outside to Bailey. Clock continues to roll. 5:50 to go in the second. Bailey trying to make something happen, and no good. He pushed Colby Garner right over. Wait, are they calling that a block against Garner? Yeah, I don't know where they got that. The points aren't staying on the board, but that one, yeah, I'm looking at the replay right now. I don't know. In fast motion, it kind of looked like Bailey might have pushed off, but on the replay, it really could have gone either way. But Chapman is able to get it back, so no harm, no foul, I suppose. Miles Carter going up, can't sink that one. Rebounded by who else but Justin Bailey, who is really steamrolling his way down the court. Back to a 10-point game. That Blue Ridge crowd going ballistic. And got an open lane, does Humphreys, and it bounces out of the rim. Rebounded by Bailey. This guy is nuts. And now they set it up for Skinner. Chapman maybe doubling up on Bailey a little too hard. Left Skinner open, but it rebounded by Atkins. Atkins flips it outside, and now going inside to, that's Thomas Mathis, and Mathis able to put it in, back down to a 3-possession game. And Skinner sends it inside to Garrett Stokes, back outside to Bailey, who goes for 3, and man, just no pressure there from Atkins. got within about a step and a half of Bailey and then just put his hand up and stopped. Yeah, especially 32 points in under 12 minutes. Chapman's defensive game plan has certainly been very lax so far. They have been content to let Blue Ridge do what they've wanted. And so far, Blue Ridge has been all too eager to take what the defense has given them, because most of it has been from behind the arc. And now going inside is Campbell Douglas. Can't sink that one. Rebounded by Miles Carter. Carter flips it to Atkins, and now Atkins back outside to Humphreys, who wanted to go for three, trying to shake Bailey. Now flips it outside to Atkins. Nice sidestep, but drives inside instead. Now setting up, that's Humphreys on the outside, just off the mark, and then I think it went out of bounds as it was coming down. No, it's going to be a foul. I'm not really sure. I didn't see the signal, and looks like it is a foul against Blue Ridge. Chapman's going to check this one in. Gavin Humphreys checking out of the game, or that's Colby Garner, and yeah, he's headed right for the water cooler. Got to catch a breather, taking Ray in his place. Oh, nice setup for Atkins, but that window just closed so quickly by the Tigers. And now Humphreys wants out, and taken away by the Blue Ridge defense. Garrett Stokes, lost the ball right as he was headed out of bounds. No foul call, but they do say that it was knocked out by the Panthers, so Blue Ridge will hang on to it. 32-21 with 3:34 to go in the second. Chapman with 18 points on the board in this period alone. Or 16, excuse me. They've had an excellent go of it offensively so far, but again, this defense is playing some very, very lax coverage. Not at all characteristic of what we've seen just out of game plans from Chapman so far this year. They have been one of the most aggressive teams we've covered all season. They usually run, full court press just about all the time. And they have really blocked timeout called by the Panthers. 3-second violation against Blue Ridge. So it goes back to Chapman, 3:10 on the clock now. Taking Ray, catches a block from Carter, flips it over to Humphreys. Humphreys trying to shake Skinner, gets it outside to Atkins, but not much going there either. Atkins, fell over, but are they going to call out a push against Bailey? And it looks like they are. So 6 fouls on the board in this half for Blue Ridge. Could be something to keep an eye on. 2:54 to go in the third. Not sure if Chapman's got time to make it to the double bonus, but 7 fouls probably not out of the question. And just too much heat on that pass from Atkins. And a nice block by Gavin Humphreys. Came in like a screaming missile and knocked that one away. It will stay with the Tigers, but excellent defensive play there. Stops the clock at 2:49 to go in the first half. And they have left Skinner alone again. And again, Skinner hasn't burned him with the threes like he did early in the first period, but the windows that this Chapman defense has given the Tigers have been just so uncharacteristic of them. And there he is again, Justin Bailey singing along too. Atkins flips it over to Humphreys. And he goes right for the long three, and he makes it. Gavin Humphreys putting this team on his back. Okay, that might be something to keep an eye on with Bailey. Every time he's checked it up the court, when somebody's gotten on him, he has spun, and he's spun to the left. Might be something Chapman could capitalize on, but until then, they're going to rule that to Chapman. It was a quick pass out of frame over to Gavin Humphreys. He couldn't hang on, but it's going to stay with the Panthers. And now Chapman making some substitutions. Atkins going to check this one in. Jonathan Mitchell and Thomas Mathis in the court. Chapman, going for a really long three, and Atkins, I can't believe he overshot that. That was from way out. Bailey again flips it outside, and now, man, they have not guarded Skinner at all. And again, it hasn't bit them, so no harm, no foul, I suppose. And this is Douglas going for two. Can't connect there, rebounded by Jonathan Mitchell. Atkins navigates some traffic, gets it over to Humphreys. Humphreys to Atkins, 90 seconds on the clock in the second period. Now Humphreys for three, this one off the mark. Rebounded by Garrett Stokes, but loose for a moment and brought back in by the Tigers. Bailey, or nope, check that, that's Dimitri Hall. And now Hall kind of slowing things down, gets it over to Skinner, to Douglas, back to Skinner, and nice bat there by Humphreys. It does stay with Blue Ridge though. And now Douglas all alone on the outside, and Humphreys, again, kind of lax on his coverage there, but I guess got his hand close enough to get in Douglas's way. Shot no good, rebounded, and then a foul called against Blue Ridge, so Chapman just hit the bonus. Miles Carter headed to the line. 7 fouls now for Blue Ridge, but Carter, again, went 0 for 4 early in the first period on free throws. Chapman, as a team, has shot much better since then. We'll see how things shake out on the line. Campbell Douglas out of the game. Sam Alexander in. 55.1 seconds on the clock. And that shot by Carter is no good. 0 for 5 from the line, and we got timeout taken by Blue Ridge. So it looks like the Tigers are going to try to get something drawn up. It is, forgot to put one of their points on the board. It is 37-24. Blue Ridge up by 5 possessions once again. And we've got an update on the girls game. They had a play-in match today, and the Chapman varsity girls team has made the postseason with a win this evening. They had a play-in game, finished up their business on that end, and will play. They finished second place in the region and will play Blue Ridge on Monday. So congratulations to the Chapman girls team. Great win for them. The Blue Ridge boys looking for a win here. Got a new player in the game, number 15. Let me grab a number on that real quick. And, just full clock burning mode now. Chapman, I think they caught on. Yeah, and they're not even going to try to foul. 25 seconds on the clock. And now going inside to Stokes. Stokes sends it up, can't connect, but I think he got fouled. And Garrett Stokes going to head to the line to close out what has been a phenomenal first half of basketball for the Blue Ridge Tigers. They've got a chance to go up 39-24 at the half. First shot for Stokes is good. Number 15, Jay Stiles, and number 11, Brendan and Lowe in the game now. Don't know that it'll matter too much. Second shot by Stokes is good. 14 seconds on the clock, and Chapman really hightailing it down the court. And flipping it outside to Atkins. Atkins to Hall, back to Atkins, over to Mitchell. Clock running, 4 seconds. Atkins sends it inside to Mathis, and Mathis sinks the layup to close out a wild first half. Chapman on the ropes at the hands of the 6-6 Blue Ridge Tigers in the first round of the playoffs, the division champs, down 39-26. It's a 5-possession deficit at the half. 10 minutes on the clock for halftime, and Chapman got to get something together in the locker room. Again, I don't want to make any assumptions here, but especially judging by the way Chapman has played very loosely on defense, it looks to me like they just underestimated Blue Ridge, and Blue Ridge has come in here and capitalized on that. They knew they were the underdog, and I tell you, they are playing the underdog role to perfection today. We might have an upset brewing, 39-26, 10 minutes on the clock. Back then for the start of the third period. Blue Ridge in the lead. right, so we are about 45 seconds away from the start of the third period. Chapman with some work to do after Blue Ridge came in here, and again, I mean, they have entered the game 6-6, haven't gotten a ton of games in, have not met Chapman all season. I think their only common opponent was Greer, and I mean, Greer beat both of them to pieces because Greer's, I think they're like 4A or 5A or something crazy like that, and Greer was having a really good year too, but I mean, it's just so odd to see, or I don't know, it's just hard to put into words, but the best way to describe it is that, I mean, Blue Ridge came in here knowing that they were the underdog, knowing that they had nothing to lose, and they have just come in here and played their hearts out, and it has worked to perfection. They knew they were the underdogs coming in, they embraced the role, and so far it's paid off. 39-26 the score after 2 periods. We'll see if Blue Ridge can keep that pace up or if things start to slow down here a little bit. I imagine the Panthers locker room was not a very fun place to be at halftime. Meanwhile, the Tigers were only in the locker room for about 5 minutes. They came out with 7 minutes left on the clock and just started shooting afterward. I imagine they feel like they don't need to make too many adjustments, given that they performed so well in the first half. Now, this is something that popped up a lot. They left Zach Skinner open, and the more I see him shoot, the more I think it might be intentional, because that is 5 or 6 times now that Skinner has been open for a three-pointer, and he's just missed it. And there he is again, and can't connect on this one. So I don't know if Chapman is intentionally leaving somebody off so they can double up Justin Bailey, who has really made an impact on this game, and they're just doing it because they know that Skinner can't connect on those long shots. Could be something to look at. Though, I mean, that's some 4D chess stuff. I don't know if they think that far ahead. And now I think they were trying to set up Gavin Humphreys, had a really good second period, and instead they have to flip it outside to Miles Carter. No points so far in the first minute of play. Now Banks Atkins, the leading scorer for Chapman, drives inside and is able to drill one in. Still a 4-score game. This is Campbell Douglas, catching some heat, and now gets it outside to Justin Bailey. Bailey, I tell you, especially on that first possession too. Oh, no, never mind. I was about to say he's looked content to run the clock, but now he just goes, shoots right for that three-pointer. I think the game plan for Chapman, or the game plan for Blue Ridge might have been to try and put Chapman away early. Instead, Chapman able to get the better of a jump ball there. And now Atkins going to try to set this up, catches 2 blocks, and now sends it inside for Thomas Mathis, and then an excellent job to keep it in play, but all for naught because it's taken back in by Justin Bailey, and then a nice block. They're going to call out a foul. I mean, that's indisputable. I don't know what the crowd's mad about. That was a foul through and through. But again, I mean, I think that might be enough to get into Bailey's head. Just a little bit, and just a little bit of doubt might be all Chapman needs. Because, I mean, in layman's terms, if they're able to shut down Justin Bailey, they will more than likely shut down the entire Blue Ridge offense. Most everything they've done has gone through him. I know entering this game, he was averaging right under 25 points a game. Can't connect on that one. I would lobby to say that he might have had 25 points in the first half alone of this one. And he gets Blue Ridge over 40. Atkins making his way down the sideline. Atkins, the leading scorer for Chapman, had a 33-point game against Woodruff earlier this year. He had a point where he had 6 points in the span of 5 seconds or so because of 2 turnovers, but other than that, he has been completely and utterly shut down. Oh, and a nice three there from Colby Garner. And when Atkins has fallen, the other Panthers have been more than capable of picking up the slack. Colby Garner and Gavin Humphreys especially have had excellent games from behind the arc so far. Oh, and they threw it right to Miles Carter. He's able to take it away. Carter flips it outside to Atkins, and now Atkins gets it to Humphreys. Humphreys, oh, nice hesitation, but then heard the footsteps put on by Skinner. Gets it over to Atkins. Atkins finds Humphreys again, and man, those windows just closing so quickly for the Panthers. They can't get enough distance on these shots. Separation has been an issue, though not as much as one as it was early in this game when Blue Ridge was, I mean, super glued to their players for the most part. Whoa, and a weird shot by Atkins. I think he was falling over, and they, not sure what the call was, but was going back to Blue Ridge. Thomas Mathis exiting the game. He's replaced by Jonathan Mitchell. And Skinner checks this into Stokes. Back to Skinner for Blue Ridge. Down to a 3-possession game for the first time in a while. But Blue Ridge will have a chance to extend their lead here. Douglas gets it to Bailey, and now Bailey, thinking about it, does get rid of it. Finds Skinner on the outside. Back to Bailey. Kind of a risky pass. And now catches a block, setting up Douglas on the outside, and Douglas connects. Right back to a 4-score game. And Garner for 3 on the outside, and Colby Garner with an excellent response score. Oh, and then Garner is down, and we got an injury timeout. I think, I don't want to speculate, but I think he might have gotten hit in the eye. Hopefully he'll be okay. Back in a moment. Oh, and Garner's up. Yeah, not 100% sure what happened on that one, but his face is very red. I know it. Yeah, it definitely looked like Black got him with the elbow by mistake as they were trying to check that one in. Might have gotten hit in the nose or something, but hopefully he'll be back in due time. And Zach Skinner sinking his first 3-pointer. And now Chapman really shorthanded, looking to respond to a 3-pointer without their best 3-point shooter of the second half. Taking Ray in the game to try and pick up the slack and cannot connect. Risky pass over to Atkins does not pay off. Taken away by Blue Ridge, and one heck of a move by Bailey, but cannot connect on that one. Rebounded by Sam Alexander, and Alexander gets, nope, that's going to be a blocking foul against Chapman, I believe. And that one does go against the Panthers. Alexander going to check this one in. Oh, and they set Skinner up all the way, and he can't connect. Oh, what a rebound by Humphreys. Threaded the needle on that one. Atkins driving inside, goes up, and he's got it. Back to a 10-point game. And Bailey wants to do it himself, sends it up, no. But then a foul called against Blue Ridge. Chapman's got the ball, 3:36 to go in the third. And yeah, Blue Ridge subbing in a few players. That's what the stoppage is for. And Lowe and Hall back on the court now. Skinner and Douglas out. Justin Bailey, I tell you, he is a very well-conditioned player. I think he's only exited the game once so far, and even then it was only for a couple of minutes tops, maybe a few seconds, I'm not sure, but Bailey has been on the court pretty much the entire game so far and has not looked gassed at all. Maybe something to keep an eye on moving forward, though. Carter gets it to Ray, who wanted to shoot, but Tegan Ray, one of Chapman's best positional shooters. He has excelled from behind the arc so far this year, has not had a single point this game, and I think he's been a little trigger shy on this one. Oh, and that one knocked out by Alexander, I believe. It's going to stay with the Panthers. But yeah, Ray and Atkins both have been absolutely shut down by this Blue Ridge defense. They have done their homework on Chapman. They knew exactly what the Panthers were going to try to do, and they've been able to shut it down with incredible efficiency. And then Miles Carter, oh, they weren't able to shut that down. Keeping it simple, a little check-in pass right to Carter, gets fouled in the process. And if he's able to sink this, it's going to go to a 7-point game, but Miles Carter 0 for 5 on free throws in the first half. Oh, and he sinks that one when the Panthers most need it too. Still a 3-score game, but the Panthers might have a little bit of momentum. Gavin Humphreys back on the court now, or Colby Garner back on, excuse me. Good to see that he's all right, got shaken up a moment ago. And now keeping pace with Hall, I'd say is all right. Flips it outside doing low, back over to Bailey. And now setting up Hall for three, rolls off the rim, and a nice jump up by Miles Carter to rebound that one. Banks Atkins looking for an opening. And now Humphreys, lost the ball, might have knocked it off his knee. Brought back in by Bailey. Chapman wants traveling, they're not gonna get it. And instead, Bailey's gonna drive inside, flip it over to Hernandez, or don't check that, that's Stokes, and now a push called against Stokes, and it's going back to the Panthers. 2:20 to go in the third. That's only the third foul for Blue Ridge. Chapman has 2 fouls, so at this rate, I would imagine the bonus not going to be a very big factor moving forward. Chapman's going to have to get this done on the court, and maybe not. Now we got another foul. This one going against Dimitri Hall. 2:15 on the clock, 4 fouls on the board now for Blue Ridge. Atkins checks it into Carter. Carter back to Atkins. And he made Bailey miss, hesitated. Maybe a little too much hesitation on that shot. He really hung in the air for a while on that one. Could not connect, rebounded by Blue Ridge, and now Hall going for three. Misses this one. It almost bounced in, but now it's going back to Chapman. 1:58 on the clock. Closing in on the 1:45 mark of the third period. Chapman has not led in this entire game. Carter sending it way across the court to Garner. He catches it, but the three-point window he was going for closed up very quickly. 90 seconds to go, and Carter gets called. Are they going to call out a block or a charge? And they call it against Blue Ridge. Chapman's getting the ball back, and now all of a sudden, Blue Ridge may be in danger of giving Chapman some free throws moving forward. 5 fouls now for the Tigers. This is Atkins checking it into Carter, and now Atkins wanted to go for that bank shot, but Stokes was just all over him. Now kind of backing away, probably going to get it to Humphreys on the outside if he sees it. Instead, he's just trying to shake Stokes and sends it up. No, rebounded by Mitchell, and Mitchell puts it in. We got a 5-point game. And Justin Bailey with that spin move again. I tell you, Chapman has not found a way. And they're making some noise. I don't have the heart to try and talk over these fans. I'll let them do the talking for the next few moments. Nope, now they quiet down for the offense. Man, this place is getting loud, though. Glad I brought my headphones. I may need them. And Miles Carter goes up. Can't connect on that one. Short hops it. It's rebounded by Stokes, who gets it to Bailey. Bailey lost the ball. Still up for grabs. And Carter went all out to try and get that one. Yeah. And they call him for kicking on that one. Yeah, not surprised he got called for a foul. I don't know that kicking was the one I expected, but there were probably 3 or 4 different things they could have called him for there. A little too aggressive trying to get the turnover on that play. Bailey able to check it into Hall. And now Hall going to let this clock wind a little bit. 20 seconds to go in the third. Brendan and Lowe. And we got a timeout called by Blue Ridge, I think. 17.8 seconds on the clock. right, so in the closing moments of the third period, you can cut the tension with a knife in here. Chapman going to be on the defensive here. Hall going to check this one in. Colby Garner ready to give Justin Bailey everything he's got, and Bailey able to slip away. Just out of frame. Didn't miss too much. Garner kind of playing it safe with Bailey, who sends it inside. Oh, and they've got Hall all alone on the arc, and he short ops. It goes out of bounds, and Chapman's going to get the ball. 4.4 seconds on the clock, so unless Chapman can really get something going, it's not going to bite Blue Ridge too bad. Making a couple substitutions. Zach Skinner back in the game for Blue Ridge. And they're going to sling this over, and it's up for grabs, taken away by Blue Ridge, and Skinner's going to get in one last shot. So a lot of excitement there in the last 4 seconds. Nothing actually happens, though, and at the end of the third, Chapman has done a good job of closing the gap, but they've got to finish the job. They were down by 15 at the half. It's only a 10-point deficit now. Blue Ridge hanging on and hanging around. 46-41 with 8 minutes to go. Back after this. Chapman's still over there on the bench. Yeah, they're definitely drawing something up. I see Coach Wilson's got the whiteboard out. I don't know, they might have drawn up 2 or 3 plays in the time they spent over there. They used every second of that quarter break. John Kaufman, number 14, on the court now for the Tigers. First time we've seen him tonight. Ball's checked into Bailey, and now Bailey trying to box Colby Garner out. Garner has done a very solid job of guarding Bailey so far in the second half. And they send this an inside risky pass, but it's brought back in by Bailey, who sends it up. Has that one partially blocked and into the arms of Banks Atkins. 30 seconds come off the clock, and Chapman's got the ball. Trying to get this within a 1-score game, and Atkins, man, really weighing his options, letting everybody get set up. Flips it over to Garner. Inside to Carter. Carter trying to box his man out. Goes up and misses. Rebounded by and low. And the lead will remain at 2 possessions for now. Outside to Bailey. Bailey goes over to Skinner on the edge, and Skinner able to sink that one. Zach Skinner with a pivotal 3-pointer. 6:55 on the clock. Now Colby Garner trying to respond a little too far to the left on that one. And now trying to go stride for stride with Bailey. Can't keep up, and Bailey goes coast to coast. Blue Ridge, the first team to hit 50. And just like that, it's a 10-point game. Atkins goes inside to Mathis, and I think it's going to be a foul against Blue Ridge. Is that their 7th or their 6th? I think that might make 7. And it does. So Chapman has beat Blue Ridge to the free throw line. That could be something to keep an eye on. And Chapman has only fouled the Tigers 3 times. We'll see what Mathis is able to do here, though. Chapman has struggled on free throws so far. Mathis, and the struggles continue. Rebounded by Justin Bailey. Had an excellent game so far. Sends it inside to Kaufman. Kaufman can't connect, and I think that was Miles Carter. Nope, check that out. Is Gavin. Nope. I'm not sure who that is. Oh, that's Thomas Mathis, number 33, and hopefully he'll be okay. They're getting the trainer over there. And Mathis is up. 6:22 on the clock, and Tegan Ray at the line now. And Blue Ridge's coach freaking out because he's saying that Jonathan Mitchell should be the one shooting instead of Ray. And yeah, they're going to try and get this sorted out. Looks like we got some, he said, she said over there, but Ray will stay at the line. And that shot bounces out. So after all the drama about who shoots that one, Blue Ridge still able to come out on top. Skinner flips it over to Lowe, who wanted to go for three. Instead gets it to Justin Bailey, which has proven to be a pretty foolproof plan so far for the Tigers. And now Bailey's got it again. Going outside now, and Lowe to Skinner. I think Blue Ridge is just trying to run the clock. I don't think they've got any intent. Oh, no, here's Skinner, and short opposite into the arms of Miles Carter. Under 6 minutes now, and going for a very contested three. Humphreys can't connect, rebounded by number 33. That's Garrett Stokes again, and Bailey sends it up, and it goes in. 53-41, timeout called by Blue Ridge. The Tigers, I think they might be out for blood. Yeah, that Blue Ridge called that timeout. That was not Chapman. (53-41). Blue Ridge got to find a way to finish the deal. They've played the underdog role exceptionally well tonight. It's all fun and games to say that while the game's still going. Chapman has shown the capacity to score in bunches so far this year. And they got to find a way to turn on the Jets. So here we go. Chapman in the bonus. 5:33 on the clock. They have got plenty of time to come back in this one. But the key issue for them has been finding consistency on offense. Their scoring output has been pretty sporadic, and now a very contested three for Atkins is undershot and rebounded by Stokes. Into the arms of Bailey, who is catching some heat from Atkins, and now I think we got a push against Atkins. That's the fourth foul committed this half by the Panthers. Flip it outside to Bailey. 5:10 to go in the game. Gotta wonder when Blue Ridge is going to go into priority clock munching mode. For the most part, they've been pretty content to run out the clock a little bit and shoot when they get a window. Got, I think, another foul going against the Tigers, though. Not sure what happened because they haven't updated Blue Ridge's foul count. Still 8-4. But Chapman is able to get the ball back. And Atkins sends it inside to Jonathan Mitchell. And Mitchell able to put that one in. Got a 10-point game, but it's still a 4-score difference. Doing a good job of staying low. Sticks with Bailey all the way to the goal, and now Miles Carter fell over. Came in there like a human wrecking ball. Yeah, and I think that's the right call. I really don't know that Carter meant to do that. Let me pull up the replay reel here. I'm actually 15 seconds ahead of you guys. And they're actually calling that a charging foul against Blue Ridge. I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, I do not know that I would call that a charge. It wasn't even Carter that fell down, I think. It was Mitchell that the foul went against. And I mean, he was trying to block Bailey's shot. Bailey came down and ran into him. And Mitchell fell over. I mean, 4:38 on the clock, and this is such a pivotal call, too. It's not like something halfway through the second period where, you know, it's like if it goes one way or the other, it doesn't really matter. I mean, this is a really big deal. And they're going to give it to Chapman. And that Blue Ridge sideline, none too happy. Again, I looked like incidental contact to me. It did not look like Bailey meant to push Mitchell over when he was coming down from that shot. And how about, I can't remember what the saying is. It's something like, things always have a way of evening themselves out. Now Chapman gets called for a foul, and just like that, after all that, it's right back into the hands of the Tigers. Bailey trying to put some moves on Garner. Now just going to try to box him out, and Garner is going to get called for a foul. Couldn't get his hands out of the way fast enough, and now Chapman's got 6 fouls, so Blue Ridge definitely getting close to hitting that bonus as well. Both teams haven't exactly been lights out from the free throw line so far, but Blue Ridge has certainly been better than Chapman from there to this point at least. And Garrett Stokes going to check out of the game. He's replaced by Brendan and Lowe. It is 54-43. Bailey going to try to make it a 12-point game, and he does. 4:15 on the clock. Atkins playing like there's 15 seconds flat. And flipping it back outside. Chapman trying to turn on the Jets, and they flip it outside to Garner. Garner gets it to Atkins. And I think Atkins stepped out of bounds. Everybody that went into that corner just got kind of stuck in there. No, and they call out a foul against Blue Ridge. So Banks Atkins at the line, Chapman in the double bonus. Yeah, it did not look like Chapman got the better end of that one, because Banks Atkins especially had his head hung when the whistles blew. I thought he stepped out, but instead, he's got a chance to bring the score back within 10. And Lowe exits the game, replaced by Stokes. 17 fouls on the game for Blue Ridge, 10 in this half. And the second shot from Atkins rolls out. And now timeout called by Bailey. Didn't like the defensive look on that one. 3:54 on the clock. Blue Ridge going to have yet another chance to regroup here. Chapman got to get something going as well. Just under 4 minutes to decide who moves on in the playoffs, and they put 5 more seconds back on the clock. I think it ran after they called that timeout. So 3:54 the time remaining now. Go. Tensions brewing once again. Chapman down by 11 with 4 minutes to go in the game. And they send it right up the middle. Almost lost by Bailey, but he gets it back, and now is really flying down the court. Going to go one-on-one with Mitchell, or wanted to. Now backs out. Gets it over to Douglas, and now a bad pass, and it goes out of bounds. Chapman gets it back. Douglas, yeah, you could see the look on his face. He thought someone was there. Threw it to nobody. Hops out of bounds, and Chapman gets, a huge break there. They got to find a way to capitalize, though. Carter goes for the hook shot. Oh, that was beautiful. Oh, that was a gorgeous shot. Now it's down to a 3-possession game, and again, Chapman got to find a way to finish the deal, especially 3:20. Oh, and now Carter fouled Douglas. And that's going to put Blue Ridge in the bonus. Douglas is going to head to the line. We'll see if Carter fouled the right guy. 3:19 on the clock. And Douglas connects. Got another shot coming up just to get it back to an 11-point game. Man, he sank both of them. Hindsight's always 20/20. So it's easy for us to say that Carter might not have chose the right player to foul. Well, Douglas, I tell you, Douglas has not gotten many shooting attempts, so I can't blame him for trying to foul him instead of, say, Bailey or something. And, oh, no! There was a miscommunication between Garner and Carter. That one goes out of bounds, and now we got a timeout taken by the Panthers. 3:01 to go, down by 11 points with 3 minutes in the game. Playoff aspirations on the line. Again, the situation, it does look dire on paper, but especially with Chapman in the double bonus, they have got plenty of time to sort this out. But again, they have not led in this game. It has gotten down to a 5-point lead, but that is the closest it's been. For the most part, Blue Ridge has been up by double digits for just about this entire game. Blue Ridge really in the business of running clock now. They don't really have anything to gain by continuing to score. Taking time off is considerably more valuable, especially because of stuff like that. And the Tigers call it empty-handed on that possession. Atkins going right for three, and he's got it. And now down to an 8-point game. And I think we got to push against Skinner. So will Daniel Hall, who just entered the game, is Hall going to go to the line here? No, they call it against Hall. That is the 8th foul going against the Panthers. And now Zach Skinner going to have a chance to respond to Atkins' three-pointer. Tegan Ray and looks like Miles Carter entering the game now. Tim McClurkin and Daniel Hall exiting. And that shot is good. This to make it a 4-possession game. 2:15 on the clock. And Skinner's got it. 10-point game once more. Atkins trying to find an opening. Flips it outside, and Humphreys hesitate. Oh, no. Tegan Ray not ready for the pass, goes off his fingertips, and Blue Ridge is going to get it back with a 10-point lead and 2:08 on the clock. And Bailey going to have to fight to get this one up the court, but he pulls it off. Drives inside, and he wants some more points, and now flipping it back outside. Yeah, it looks like they're going to go back to running clock. So Chapman, yeah, they've really got no choice but to foul at this point. Oh, and a takeaway, but yeah, that's a swat against Atkins, and Skinner's going to head to the line. 1:50 to go. Now, that makes 9 fouls for the Panthers, so Blue Ridge not in the double bonus, and it is an interesting choice because really and truly at this point, Chapman's probably going to be going for 3-pointers anyway. And no matter what happens here, this is still going to be a 4-possession game. The most they can get the lead to is 12. So Chapman, yeah, they're going to have to score 4 times anyway to tie it. So even though Blue Ridge sinks both of those shots, it doesn't bite Chapman too badly. Though they are certainly not in a position where they can afford to give up points like that again. Carter wanted to go to Atkins, got a miscommunication, is up and taken away by the Tigers. And going for the icing on the cake is Campbell Douglas. And just like that, it is a 14-point game. Tegan Ray for 3, can't connect, and rebounded by the Tigers. I think we got a foul going against Gavin Humphreys here. Both teams in the double bonus. 1:27 on the clock. First shot is good. Thomas Mathis re-entering the game. Good to see he's all right after getting shaken up earlier. Tegan Ray exits. Second shot is up and good as well. 15 or 16-point game. Chapman down by 6 possessions now. And Carter checks it into Humphreys, back to Carter. Chapman needs to score on this possession. Carter sends it up and he's got it. Chapman still hanging on. And Bailey doing a good job of keeping the ball secure, and then we got a foul against Carter. Douglas going to head to the line. Clock stops with 71 seconds remaining. So even though the writing is a little bit on the wall, Chapman has still got a chance, but things, yeah, especially after that shot, not looking too good. But don't let this game distract from what has been an excellent season for Chapman basketball overall, boys and girls, especially with the girls winning that play-in match earlier tonight. They are going to the playoffs, finished second place in their division. Chapman won their division. Had a great year, I believe 18-7 by my count, and that shot partially blocked, rebounded by Carter, and Carter puts it in. There's Carter kind of picking up the pace here at the tail end of things. Going to get to go to the line. 65 seconds on the clock. And it's a 13-point game. So still 5 possessions, and Chapman quickly fouling Skinner. And Skinner will head to the line. 1:03 to go. And that first shot rolls out. That'll help the Panthers. Second shot is good though, 68-54. Carter checks it in to Humphreys, back to Carter. Chapman needs to start trying to at least set up for 3 now. And instead Carter goes inside, rebounds his own shot for a moment, and then it's turned over, and with 51 seconds, oh man, Alexander leaked through. And that will probably be the icing on the cake. And Garner unable to connect on that one. And a nice rebound there, though, by Humphreys. Setting up Carter for 3, and Miles Carter can't connect on that one, but now Colby Garner going to send it up. Garner can't hit it. Chapman rebounds it again. 25 seconds on the clock. Atkins going to try it, short hops it, and this time into the arms of Stokes, who does not get fouled. And Chapman is going to let Blue Ridge run the clock out. So the Blue Ridge Tigers with a huge upset win over the Panthers. Blue Ridge going to move to 7-6 on the year with a win over the Panthers. And I tell you, it stings, but Blue Ridge had an excellent game plan today. And again, we mentioned it during halftime. My cameraman and I were talking about it. I think Blue Ridge came in here, 6-6, haven't played a lot of games, kind of just squeaked into the playoffs. They came in here and understood that they had nothing to lose by playing as hard as they could. Yeah, and Justin Bailey, I mean, judging by his stats, we knew he was going to be good, but the sort of game he had is just legendary. An excellent performance, one of the best individual performances we've seen all season. A much-deserved win for Blue Ridge, and again, I mean, you really do hate to see the season ends like this for Chapman, but it has been a really good year for them overall. Really started out 4-0, kind of had a rough go of it there in the middle of the season, but were able to rebound. Won the region title a couple of weeks ago with a road win over Broome on a Friday night. By no means an easy thing to do. Able to get to 18 wins on the season. A great year for them, and it's going to be interesting to see what they're able to do moving forward. They are losing a good many seniors this year. Banks Atkins, Thomas Mathis, and I'm trying to read the other names. They're a bit too far out. But Chapman does have a good many juniors returning as well. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch them in the coming years. So I think that's going to do it for us tonight. Blue Ridge moving on in the playoffs. And I tell you what, we wish them the best of luck, because the further they get in the playoffs, the better it makes this loss look. That's how it always is. You always got to root for the team that beat you to make it and win it all. Because I think that's what Daniel ended up doing in the football playoffs when they beat Chapman in that heartbreaking loss for the Panthers. And then Daniel ended up going all the way, and when he looked at the final scores, Chapman played him tighter than anybody. So who knows? This may be Blue Ridge's season. Again, we wish the Tigers the best of luck moving forward in their second round game. I believe that's going to be on Thursday. I'm not going to be able to stream that one, obviously, but we do have at least one more game scheduled. The Landrum Cardinals have a home playoff game against the Newberry Bulldogs this coming Monday. It's going to be February 22nd. We're going to stream that one over on the Landrum High School Athletics channel. Should be a good one. Landrum riding that 15-game win streak. Almost had it snapped last week against Greenville, but they were able to rebound, kept the streak alive, and we'll see if they can continue to keep it alive against a Newberry team that is in a very, almost eerily similar situation to what Blue Ridge was entering tonight. But until then, that's going to do it for us. Signing off for Chapman High School, I'm Luke Ruff. I would like to thank all the men at the top for making this possible. Dr. Ron Garner, the Superintendent of Spartanburg School District 1, Jason McCraw at the District Office, and Coach Greg Wilson, the Athletic Director here at Chapman High School, for making this all possible. On the technical side of things, could not have done this without you guys. It's been a blast calling Chapman games this season, and really looking forward to starting up the baseball and softball seasons in the coming weeks. Make sure you subscribe to the Chapman High School Athletics channel to be notified when we set up new streams, because spring sports are starting up, I think, a lot sooner than any of us give it credit for. But until then, have a good evening, everyone.